Hi guys, this is Ken from One More Rep Fitness. Today we'll be comparing Reebok Lifter PR and the Reebok Lifter PR 2. Now let's get started. Now let's look at the PR1 or the original PR. Design is very classic and the construction, if you notice, this is real leather. A little stiff when new, but it will feel softer and it will mold to your feet as you break it in. So as long as you keep using this one will feel more comfortable in the end. Now let's look at the PR2 made out of textile. So this one doesn't require any break-in. As soon as you buy it, these are comfortable already. Soft, more flexible, more modern. So this probably appeals to a younger generation. But when it comes to performance, like heel heights, foot security, traction, I find that both of them are very, very similar. Heel height, both of them have same effective 15 millimeter heel height. So 15 millimeter meaning the effective heel height is whatever is the heel at the back minus the heel in front. It will give you an effective heel height of 15 mm. Because if you look at the specs of the PR1, in fact, if you look at the left shoe at the sole, there's a marking that says 22 mm. But what that means is this is 22. But the effective one, if you minus the front, you will actually get 15. Now, if you look at this one, the PR2, it actually already states 15 millimeter heel height, even though when you compare them side to side, very, very similar. Okay? So both of them, when it comes to having your foot secured in place, both have nice midfoot straps. But the thing I like about the PR2 is the midfoot strap, the Velcro, is only on the edge. The center part has no Velcro. So which means when I put my laces here in the middle, after I tie them, and then lock it in place, there's no Velcro that will actually damage my shoelace. Now compare it to the PR1, this whole thing is Velcro. See, if you notice, the shoelaces are actually already attaching to the Velcro, which may damage it and not, and make the shoelaces get fuzzy. So that's a small thing. Another thing I like about the PR2 is, if you notice, it has numbers. This way you can actually be very consistent on how you secure it. You can actually secure it consistently every lift. So you just set it. Maybe here you want to put it in number 5, so you can actually be consistently on number 5. But I don't know if this is going to be an issue down the road, but the buckle here is made out of plastic. Okay, but the older one is made out of metal. But only time will tell if this plastic will actually break or not. Now, when it comes to the weight, I measured both of them. Both are very similar, around 420 grams for a size 9. Both size 9. Okay, so even though this is made out of leather has a lot of stiff material, same heel height, I was expecting this to be lighter, but it's actually not. Very similar weight. Now, when it comes to traction, the two has very different traction design. See, this one has a more radial. This one has a diamond pattern. But surprisingly, both have very similar good traction when I was trying to squat with both of them. No slipping in the mat. So, I don't know. Both seem to be okay. You don't really need to have a very durable sole, because you don't really do anything outside the gym with these shoes. It's going to be very difficult to walk in the mall using these. Okay. Now, when it comes to fit, I find the newer PR2 to feel more snug, while the PR1 feels wider. So, if I was going to get a PR2, I would size down. So, I use a size 9 in my Legacy. I would use a size 9 in the PR2s. I would use a size 9 in my Reebok Nanos, my Nike Metcons. But when choosing a Reebok PR1, I would probably go down to 8.5. But remember, it might feel a little tight here, but that's more of the leather, and it will break in after a few uses. So if you're going to go with the PR1, I would probably go through to size, unless you want that snug feel. You can actually even go half size down if you want, but through to size, meaning same size as your lifters or your other trainers, I would go with that. Now, when it comes to budget, since this is a newer model, it is going to be more expensive because there is no discounts yet for the new PR2. But these are cheaper by a little bit. So if you're on a budget, this might be something you may want to be considering. But in terms of performance, very similar. I wouldn't have any issue using either one. Now, remember what I was talking about, this one feeling more snug. I think it has to do with the added material here on the heel cup. On the inside, there's a lot of foam material here, which is also a good thing because it actually secures your foot. When you squat low, and sometimes when you don't have that much flexibility, there's a tendency that your feet might get out of the shoes. This one is not going to let it because it's very secure here. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but this is very thick here. But that's not saying that this one is not nicely padded. This is also nicely padded, just not as thick as this. Now, when it comes to the foam, since these two are considered more of a budget-friendly shoe, they went with EVA foam. As compared to Reebok's higher-end shoes, the Legacies, they use plastic TPU. More expensive, really solid as compared to EVA foam. But don't be fooled, these things are uncompressible. I'm trying to press it now. See? It's not moving. So maybe if you squat over 500, this might be an issue. But if you're not squatting over 500 pounds, I don't think this is going to be a drawback using an EVA foam. It's cheaper to manufacture, so that's why it makes these shoes more budget friendly than the other one. So honestly, if you're going to choose with either one, if you already have a PR1, going to the PR2 is not going to be a big difference. So I would stick to the PR1. Now, if you're just starting out and buying your very first shoes, you decide. Both have similar performance. Price difference is minimal. But if you like the design of a more classic one, then you go for this. But if you want something more modern, more flexible, go with this. So if you're ready to order, just click the link down for One More Reps Facebook page and Instagram, and you can order your Reebok Lifter PR, both the original and the PR2. Bye. Thank you.